What's up, y'all? Podcast episode 24. It's January 5th, 2024. Hope everyone's having a good new year so far. Man, wanted to just do an episode. Got some pretty rough news yesterday about one of my music friends, Rcklss, and yeah, man, he passed away a couple days ago, and it's just weird, man. It's just weird. Of course, all my thoughts and prayers go out to his family, his mom. And, it's a tough way to start off the year. He was somebody that, from my city that, we met through music. We met at the old Beneath the Surface studio with EMAC. It was a few years back. And, we just vibed, man. We just vibed. We got to share each other's music. At the time, we were in the process of putting out the Rcklss project, or at least working on it. And, we got to give him a copy of the album, which was super cool. Sadistic and I, we gave him a copy, and it just he was just one of those guys that just very respectful, just always had a smile on his face. You never felt like weird around him, because when you do music, especially in the studio, it's like you can be vulnerable and a little slow on showing people your music, just because it's deep. It's a deep, meaningful thing to you, and sometimes when you have to open up to people, it takes like a certain level of vulnerability. But Rcklss never judged us for our music, because it was different than what else was being recorded up there. He never made us feel bad. He just encouraged it. He encouraged the pursuit of our dreams. And after that, him and I slowly kind of became like running buddies, like throughout 2020, 2021, going into 22. We sort of became like running buddies, where he'd put out a project and it would inspire me to write something new, and then I'd put out a project, it'd inspire him, he'd put out something new, and it just was this nice flow of artists coming together and making music based on the sole love of just the craft, And it's just tough, man. It's tough. Whenever you lose somebody, it's tough. But he was a young guy, man. Like, just way too young, man. 23. It's just wild. It's wild. We don't always understand how life works, and maybe we're just not meant to. But it's just a reminder, man, to just continue to give and receive love wherever you go, but especially to those who are important to you. It's a reminder to take the pressure off the people around you, because they're already going through so much, man. And if we can just take a little bit of pressure off of them, you know, when they're around us, you know, that's got to mean something, man. But then also, it's just being a lighthouse for people, man. It's just being a light. Being a light in somebody's life. You know, because this world can be a dark place. It can be a dark place, and you know, I feel like I'm a spiritual person enough to say that, you know, I feel like we have God's light inside of us, and we also have the darkness inside of us. But it's your choosing which one you want to shine, or which one you want to give the world. The light or the dark. And, you know, for me, Rcklss was always a light. He was always love. He was always taking pressure off. I didn't get to know him too much outside of music, but I wish I would have. You know, we would text each other and sort of keep each other motivated. And actually, about a couple months back, he reached out to me, and he just asked me, you know, how do you find a nice balance between work, life, and doing music, and really kind of, especially when music is what you want to do as your career. You know, and I actually sent him, it was a pretty lengthy voice memo, just kind of explaining how I do it, you know, where I find my inspiration, kind of what works for me, you know, and I hope, I never did hear back from him, but I hope somehow I hope it inspired him somehow, man. You know, and it just stinks, man. I deleted the text and the voice memo off my phone because I ran out of storage on my iPhone. So, like an idiot, I'm trying to create space, and I ended up deleting that voice memo, and I wish I had it, just so I can kind of remind myself, you know, sometimes we give feedback, or sometimes we try to offer like wisdom and advice, but we should be the ones taking that same advice, you know. Yeah, man. It was a rough night last night. Yeah. It's tough, man. You know, him and I, we got to collab on quite a few songs. I think I counted 6 in total. But, you know, we had plans to do a collab project together, which would have been awesome, man. And, you know, I have to shout out Rcklss, his producer, and his homie and his best friend, Spade. Shout out Spade. For reaching out to me, because, you know, it takes courage to reach out to somebody and give them tough news. And I mean, yeah, I would have found out through Facebook, but it just was special, man. The fact that he reached out to me, and thank you, man. Thank you, bro. I hope to work with you, bro, and in the future, and let's do it for Rec. Him and Spade and Rcklss put out a really, really nice project called The Jungle, and it just was like an ode to Cincinnati, but like an ode to their roots and how and the music that they gravitated towards. It's just really nice hip hop, really nice, like just the art of writing and the art of just the boom bap sound. It's just tough, man. It's tough because somebody that young shouldn't pass away. But, we have to go on, and, it's tough. And hopefully we'll get to see each other in a few. But yeah, man. Rough night last night. Yeah. Sorry to come in a little sappy, but it's just tough, man. I'm just trying to let it out. I was trying to process everything last night, and thankfully, my mom was there, my wife was there, and I got to talk to EMAC, got to talk to Rex and Sadistic, and it's just nice when you got people there to kind of just make you feel their presence. It's not even about like really making me feel better, but like just making you feel that they're there. And that's special, man. Our presence is really special when we consciously give it to the people that we love, So yeah, man. Motto for 2024 is definitely, we're doing it for Rcklss. We're gonna do it for Rcklss. Let's do it for Rec. We have to, man. I feel like that's the only way that I can really honor him and kind of give back to him is by just following my dream, man. Just doing everything I've been doing. Because I feel like I do feel like I inspired him, in the same way that he inspired me. So there's no better way for me to honor him than to keep pursuing my dreams, releasing music. Yeah, man, it's just crazy, bro. I mean, he literally was just on the new album. God Help Me Feed the Fam. He literally was just on that album. Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm just tired, bro. Just didn't really sleep good. And it is Friday. First week of January. I'm just trying, man. Just trying. It's definitely not a good way to start off the year by any means, but we have to keep marching on. We have to keep going because our lost loved ones, man, I don't know, but I feel like they would want us to keep going on. They wouldn't want us to just stop. Because we didn't come this far to just come this far, you know. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude, I just... it's just tough to process, you know. It's tough to process. And I'm trying, but yeah. I hope everyone's doing good. Trying to sort of get my mind off things. Yeah, man, I've been trying to eat right. I think all of us are really just going into a new year. Been trying to eat right. Been trying to just cut out some stuff out of my diet that, you know, it's just not moving you forward. You know, I feel like I had this vision of like sculpting the temple, you know, because you hear it all the time, like your body is a temple, it's not a trash can. So, you know, if you had the choice, you know, what sort of temple would you sculpt? You know, and for me, I had to think about that. You know, if it's not benefiting my temple, if it's not benefiting me in this body that I live in, you know, I gotta cut ties with it. And you know, I do feel like it's sort of helped my just my thinking this week, and just really my energy level. You know, I've been able to think a little bit more clearly, have more energy. You know, I've been hitting the gym, which is really cool. And that's sort of like a normal thing for me. But to be able to kind of, you know, step up your game at the gym. You know, there's going to the gym, then there's really going to the gym. And not that I don't go hard, or try to at least, but you know, sometimes you just got to go harder. And you know, I was able to, I feel like just with eating right, you kind of, you're able to do so because you're just not putting junk in your body, you know. Yeah, man. Sorry, man, I'm just a little foggy headed. It's weird, the Overthinker project finally dropped on streaming sites actually today. I just don't feel like it's like really appropriate to promote that, you know. I just, at least today, man, I just feel like I gotta do it for Rec. I just got to just make this about him, you know. It's tough, man. I thought it's tough to sort of change subjects when that's all that's on your mind, you know. And hopefully, you know, I'm definitely not trying to make this about me, but just sort of, I guess, just sort of let out how I feel about him. And yeah, man, Jake Watford, man, he's a good kid. He was a good kid, bro. I always just knew him as Rcklss. I never really called him Jake, but yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, music does this for us, you know. It brings people together that that probably would have never crossed paths had it not been for music. And you know, I was talking about that with EMAC, and just how special that studio was for us, the Beneath the Surface studio. Just how special it was for so many people, man. Just so many walks of life, so many different age groups, you know, different ethnicities. You know, we had Latino people, we had white people, black people, Asian people, just old people, young people, kids from the suburbs, kids from the hood, kids from the friggin' sticks, kids from all walks of life, man. Professional people, people who are just getting started, people who do underground music, rock people, rap people, country people, pop people, church going people. Females, males. I mean, it just was crazy, man. The amount of like culture and life that we all got to learn about and experience just through that studio. You know, and there's so many relationships that I have in my life today because of it. You know, Sadistic, met him at the studio. Emac, met him at the studio. Rcklss, met him at the studio. And it was that studio, man, that started this for me. You know, I remember 2015, 2014, I was just searching for a place to record because I didn't have a way to record these songs that I've had written for years. But I just wanted to record so bad. You know, and I was able to one thing led to another, and I was able to meet Emac, and you know, it just was awesome, man. We kicked it off, did an album, took a couple years off, came back, did another album, did an album with Sadistic, met Rcklss during that time, came back, did another album, and yeah, man, it's crazy, bro. And of course, you know, the studio is shut down now, but yeah, man, just looking back, you know, you're just thankful for the time and the people that you got to meet along the way, you know. And I'm just thankful to have been thankful to have the chance to meet Rcklss, and yeah, man, just get to know him over the years. You know, I mean, it was 4 years of knowing him, but you know, it's definitely not long enough. I wish I would have known him more and got to meet him, got to really get to know him like outside of music. You know, and we talked on the phone, and you know, we would text each other back and forth. But it's different when you're in person, you know. But I just remember, you know, the times that we were in person at the stew, like he just was always just so nice, man, just a nice guy. You could just tell he was raised around good people, man. You know, and I think about that as a parent now. It's like, you know, that's how I want my kid to be known as, you know, just somebody that was raised around good people. You know, I think about I think that's what hits me the most, man. It's just like, just knowing that, like, You know, he was somebody's son. He was somebody's kid. And that's like, you know, it's just a big fear of mine, a deep fear of mine, you know, just losing my kid. I can't imagine, you know. I just feel just so sorry, you know, to his parents, just his family. It's just rough, man. But 2024, man, we gotta do it for Rec. Gotta do it for Rec. Yeah, man, do it for Rcklss. Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna tap out. Thanks for listening. I know this probably was a tough one, but it's a tough one for me to sort of just let out. But I felt like it was necessary. Yeah, man. Hope everyone has a good weekend. I'll try to tap back in here in the next couple days or so. But yeah, man, do it for Rcklss. Much love. Peace.
Better give me my flower. And a lighter, Optimorello, Roberto, roll tighter. I'm pulling some strings like Geppetto and spiders. Like ghetto, I'm whiter, need sunscreen. 80 soaking up sunbeams. Almost naked in my undies. I'ma make a living off of drum beats. What you talking about? I'm the fan favorite. They put my song on the damn playlist. Undisputed like Shannon Bayless. I gotta do it, there's no other way. It's set in stone like it's metronome. Spitting precious tones. Run the game, you know the X and O's. Know we been the best with the rest below. I got aggressive tendencies set to blow. We all average. Top was in reach, so I grabbed it. Tripping on me like I'm acid. Jimmy G way I've been passing up. These women, they all just distractions. Spending my time on this rapping stuff. It's Rcklss and Himothy flowing religiously. Give us respect when we ask for it.